afternoon and happy Tuesday. Thank you so much for tuning in to our Future of Fulfillment print-on-demand stores live session today. Whether you are an existing OMG customer or maybe you're brand new to OMG and online stores, welcome. We're super excited to have you guys here today, and we're even more excited to talk all things print on demand and just how you can start using it as soon as possible to start driving more sales and really streamline your fulfillment process as we move into the remainder of the year. Before we get into the good stuff, a few quick housekeeping items. So one, this webinar is being recorded, so we'll shoot out a follow-up email today, and that's going to include a copy of the recording from today's session, as well as some just key resources that you can use to reference for more information. And then two, there will also be a live Q&A session at the end of the webinar, so please stick around. Feel free to drop your questions in the chat throughout today's conversation, and we'll try our best to get through as many questions as we can. And if we don't get to your question, we have a ton of FAQ resources that you can either visit to see if the question is incorporated there, but we'll also try our best to follow up after today's call to get you a response. And very lastly, before we get started, I just wanted to quickly introduce myself and who you have joining you on the call today. So on the OMG side, you have myself. I am Lauren Zimmerman. I am on our product marketing team here at OMG. And then we're also joined with the print-on-demand expert himself, Dave Connor with STAHLS.
Yes, I'm so thrilled to be here. I have over 15 years in the apparel decorating industry, learned how to screen print on my kitchen table way back when, and so happy to chat about the future of print on demand, what it means for decorators, distributors, dealers, and really just the business opportunities that it could truly unlock. So I saw the birth of print on demand maybe 10 years ago, and to see how far it's evolved over the past decade is just so thrilling, and to even look forward to the future and what's ahead. So thank you so much for having me here today. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, awesome. Well, we're very excited to have you and appreciate all of the knowledge that you bring to the table from STAHLS and with print on demand. So we are very excited. Very good then. Okay, well, I see some new names kind of joining the call here today. So if you are newer to OrderMyGear, just kind of a quick overview for you. So we are a technology provider for distributors, decorators, team dealers, and suppliers. And we offer a whole suite of solutions for you to be able to discover, sell, and manage orders online. So think online stores, which we'll cover pretty in depth today, product search, company websites, and a whole lot more. So everything that you need to discover and pitch products to your customers, maybe market your business online through websites, and then also sell products through online stores and websites as well. And again, that is all with a singular tech partner, which makes it nice and easy. But yes, we will primarily focus on online stores and print on demand today. So I will kick it back over to Dave to get us up to speed on all things STAHLS Fulfill Engine.
Absolutely awesome. Thank you, Lauren. So STAHLS Fulfill Engine is essentially a print on demand software solution that's going to enable anybody to truly tap into decoration on demand. And that is everything from sourcing to decorating and even fulfilling those products all to your customers. So you really could just kind of sit back and watch that revenue just come pouring in. The best part of it is that you don't have to do any manual data entry. The only thing you have to do is set up the store and set up the products. And Fulfill Engine on the back end will handle everything. We have a network of decorators across the United States and growing across the globe now, just recently as of, just a few weeks ago. So really exciting for the future of what Fulfill Engine is going to be able to offer decorators, distributors, and dealers, just like everybody here on the call today. Awesome.
I know we're excited. Did we say that already? Very good then. Well, thanks, Dave. We'll get to a live demo here in just a moment so you can kind of see what we're talking about. But in a nutshell, with this partnership, you're kind of benefiting twofold. So on one hand, you have the completely streamlined and hands-off automation of the Fulfill Engine Decorator network. So you're fulfilling orders faster, you're fulfilling more orders, and you're doing it more efficiently. And then on the second hand, you're also benefiting from the power of online stores. So you can use that as a sales tool to collect even more orders than you are today, or maybe even serve more customers and different use cases that you're not doing today. And of course, grow your sales at the end of the day. So as Dave mentioned, kind of once you set up the integration, you'll add those print-on-demand products directly to your OMG storefronts. And then those are automatically sourced, decorated, and shipped directly to the end consumer. So you can kind of sit back and focus on growing your sales or any other aspect of your business, while also still delivering on that very Amazon-like modern experience, and also that speed that kind of is expected when it comes to ordering online today. Dave, can you give us a little more color on the Decorator network?
Absolutely, yeah. So quality, of course, is top of mind for anybody in the apparel decorating industry, right? Or selling custom apparel. And that is at the top of mind for Fulfill Engine 2. Fulfill Engine was built by decorators, essentially for the benefit of all. And so there is a very small, trusted network of decorators across the United States, essentially from Washington to Charlotte, North Carolina, and everywhere in between. Currently, that is at 10 decorators and growing as capacity fills this network. But those decorators are chosen based on their proficiency, number one, utilizing the software, as well as quality, right? So the Fulfill Engine team takes a look at the replacement rate, the overall quality and customer satisfaction coming out of every facility, as well as those turn times, right? Because yes, Amazon has truly ruined things for everybody else, but it has become this experience that everybody shows up or expects, right, to show up at their door so quickly. So that's really where the Fulfill Engine network truly, truly succeeds here, right? And when we talk about just the overall growth of print on demand, right, and we saw this enormous rise of e-commerce, but when you look at the projected growth for print on demand, at what, $17.2 billion in growth in the industry by 2034. We're looking in the next 9 years of just some absolutely explosive growth. So like now is the time to take advantage of it. Many of these decorators on the network have been doing this for a very, very long time. And of course, have shown their proficiency with quality, double, triple checking, right? So that is one thing that is very, very kind of highly regarded here at Fulfill Engine is the replacement rate. And currently it's at a 0.5%, which is about 2.5% under the industry standard for all decorators in terms of replacement rates when we look at bulk or on demand. Because there is quality checkpoints at every single step in the process for this Fulfill Engine Decorator network, from receiving the goods from the source to decoration, and then before items are shipped, there are 3 quality checkpoints along the way. So that's how that rate for replacement is very, very low. And you could trust that your customer is going to receive the item that they ordered or items that they ordered. And what's really cool is that there is intelligent routing throughout the network. So we always want to ship things together if we can. So all of these, if not most, if not all of the decorators on the network here have the capabilities to do all of the decoration methods that you're going to have the access to, from, the direct to garment and of course direct to film, but even down to other decoration methods and being able to do hard goods on demand. That truly is one of a kind, super unique, and so much revenue potential, right? So if somebody orders multiple decoration methods all in the same order, it's all going to route to a facility where they're going to ship together. And with coast to coast and all of these domestic manufacturing partners, that's how we're able to meet this quick turn time and get the final product in your customer's hands as quick as we can. So really powerful automation and logic behind the scenes that makes it all happen, all without you having to do any copy and paste or pulling or manually ordering anything. No sending emails. It is all handled right when the customer purchases the order, which is just so powerful. And like you said, Lauren, really helping you focus on building your business, right? And going out and getting so much more business instead of doing this kind of busy work as we go through. Now, there may be decorators on the call with us today who are utilizing OrderMyGear for those absolutely incredible online stores. And there is an optional way that you could take advantage and still decorate in-house, which is a conversation that could take us far outside of the time we have here today. But it is an option if you are a decorator. I know a lot of distributors using Fulfill Engine solely just use it to distribute out to the network and really decorate hands off with all of that fulfillment, which does allow you to focus on what you do best, which is selling or marketing or customer relations and keeping your customers happy. So really, really great stuff that you could do here, whether you want to be completely hands off on the decoration and fulfillment side and just set the stores up, set the products up, or if you do have decoration in-house and you would like these orders to route to yourself as well.
Love it. Endless options. Cool. All right. Well, while we still got you, can you walk us through some of the available suppliers and then also some of the different decoration types? Because I know that list is growing as well.
100%. And this is really one of the biggest benefits of Fulfill Engine. So you see all of these distributors, and even at the bottom, more coming soon. So the top, of course, Sanmar, Alpha Broder, SNS, or Alpha Broder SNS now all together, but Lane 7, Carolina Made, AS Color, JDS for so many of those hard goods, tumblers, pint glasses, coffee mugs, right? So whether you're doing corporate apparel or even that local fundraiser, right? It's just different items that you could put in there for extra revenue opportunities. And it makes your customers so happy to get them all in one location and host them all right there in one online store. Of course, for sportswear, Momentech Brands is such a huge supplier to have on board. And you'll see on the back end too, that it's actually consolidating all of this inventory live in real time. So while maybe Sanmar runs out of one item, SNS or Alpha Broder is able to still stock that item and you're able to take advantage of it. So you're not tied down to just one supplier account and you're not tied down just to one manufacturer, right? So even I know AS Color is a little bit harder to get some hands on sometimes, but currently my favorite just regular t-shirt to wear. So love to see AS Color on board. And like I mentioned, it's not just direct to film and not just direct to garment, but you have embroidery, direct to garment, direct to film printing, laser engraving, UV direct to film. So you could get full color UV printing on hard goods, tumblers. I think there's even notebooks in there, right? So you have so many capabilities to truly bring these customizable products. And then the one that's currently still in beta, but I am the absolute most excited about. This is seriously game changing for the apparel decoration industry, at least in my lifespan in the industry over the past 15 years, but that's Liquid 3D. So it is dimensional decoration. Think like a PVC patch on headwear, right? You're able to get it on headwear as well as bags, totes, fanny packs, belt bags, hip packs, whatever you want to call them. They're still fanny packs to me. I'm a kid of the 90s. So of course, but you get this really premium, trending, one-of-a-kind decoration that you're able to offer your customers without having to invest in any of this equipment or go find new partnerships or worry about the quality, of embroidery. Now, of course, the best thing about Fulfill Engine, and I say the best thing a lot because there are truly so many great things about Fulfill Engine, is that you don't have to understand the limitations of every single one of these decoration methods. Because the system was built by decorators who do have years and years of experience, the system is built on Rails. So Lauren's going to do a product demo here in just a little bit to show you how easy it is to stand up a product. But you'll see after selecting the decoration method, it's going to kind of put you on Rails. So if that specific fabric type is not available for a certain decoration method, it's just not going to show it, so that you're not going to run into those snags or issues after somebody already places an order. And with live inventory from Alpha Broder, Sanmar, SNS, and all of these suppliers, you have real-time inventory where you'll actually see if there are low stock amounts or if certain colorways or sizes are out of stock. So we really reduce that. We've all been in that panic, and probably a reason for some of the gray hairs that I have after you place an order or after your customer places an order and now the item is back ordered and you have to find a replacement or reach out to and contact a customer. That's all but eliminated here with the automation and logic built into the back end here of Fulfill Engine.
Awesome. Very good. All right, before we move into our demo, just want to hit on some of the kind of top use cases that we've seen for print-on-demand stores. Just for a little bit of context, so we started testing out the integration throughout the end of last year and throughout the beginning of this year with a handful of our accounts. We definitely expected a few use cases to kind of surface that print on demand would be especially helpful for, but that list of use cases has multiplied, if not tripled, and it continues to grow. So it's just been very fascinating to see just the different benefits and use cases that print on demand can bring to the table outside of what we kind of originally intended this to be used for our clients. So just kind of taking it from the top here, but some of those top use cases that we're seeing today that our clients are kind of actively using the integration for. So I would say first and foremost, no order minimums. I mean, we know that the 1Z, 2Z requests can be a huge pain. So this is just an easy way to be able to easily say yes to those orders, because orders are only decorated and fulfilled as they are placed and as they come in. So you can easily, again, kind of say yes to those lower quantity orders or even single unit orders, which has been a game changer for our clients. No upfront inventory costs or the need to hold inventory. Again, a huge game changer for our clients. We know that folks are trying to kind of cut costs and save right now, and those upfront inventory costs and kind of the cost to warehouse or hold inventory can add up and be quite costly. So with Fulfill Engine, there is no need to hold inventory or incur any of those upfront costs, because everything is produced on demand through the Decorator network, which Dave has touched on quite a bit. So that saves you a ton of time and space. Busy season. So probably one of the most common challenges that we hear across our clients, big and small. So it's, hey, we're a small team. We're 1 to 2 people that are managing every aspect of the business. We just don't have enough bandwidth or resources to take on more orders right now. Or even if you're on the larger side, this is just giving you a lot more time and resources back in your day to be able to say yes to any order that comes through. Again, whether you are a large business or a small business, it's just one more way to be able to capture more sales, because you are completely hands off. It is just set it and forget it. It is running in the background, so you can do whatever it is that you need to do or that you never had time to do before, while you're continuing to bring in those new sales, which is awesome. And then on the bottom row here, of course, print on demand is great for year-round stores, or maybe even those deadline stores that you're creating on our pop-up store platform. So if a consumer misses the deadline to place an order, they can easily just do that, and it will be printed and delivered on demand, which is awesome. And then some of those decoration types that Dave kind of rattled off earlier, this is just an excellent way to be able to kind of diversify the different types of products and decoration methods that you're able to offer to your customers and on your stores. And that's at zero risk to you or your business. There's no investing in new equipment or anything of that nature. It is all ready to go and on demand within the app and within Fulfill Engine. And right before we get into the demo, I just wanted to take a moment to kind of show you, to not just take it our word for it, but we have, I think, over 200 accounts now that are actively using the integration today. And we just launched this, gosh, a couple of months ago. So clients are already seeing the benefits of print on demand. They're understanding how it's fitting into their business, and they're already using it as a sales tool to drive sales and serve their customers. But more importantly, they're seeing results. So this is just a snapshot of a couple of clients that we have that have been on the integration for the past couple of months. But this example is a full service decorator client that's been testing out the integration through earlier this year. They went from launching just a single print on demand store, trying to test it out, kind of get their feet wet, and they are now over 100 print on demand stores deep. They're north of $100,000 in print on demand sales. And then they've also been able to leverage that Decorator network to outsource over 1,200 orders through the network, which again has just been a game changer for them in alleviating some of that bandwidth and time that they just didn't have in their day to be able to capture those sales and to take on those new orders. But now they're just doing it seamlessly and without even thinking about it. And I think the results kind of speak for themselves there. Similarly, another client that we have seeing great success with Fulfill Engine. So this is a full service spirit wear and custom uniform provider. They've been testing out the integration as well for a couple of months and have also seen just wild success. This particular client serves mostly schools and teams, but they kind of found the use case of Fulfill Engine as a great kind of low barrier to entry way to expand into those promotional and corporate markets that maybe they were hesitant to kind of expand to before or didn't really have the knowledge or resources to kind of break into. But now with Fulfill Engine, they're able to offer a handful of products and just kind of get creative. They have that combination of apparel and hard goods that they can host on their stores. So again, just kind of diversifying the industries and the types of customers that they can work with now that maybe they just weren't prepared to work with before, which has been great.
Yeah, there was one example on that first success story too that I just want to call out is that the high-end items, right, where it was a lot of risk traditionally to bring these in-house because the blanks themselves are very, very expensive. But we see these premium products, right? Yeah, we could also add more expensive items that we normally wouldn't sell. Now you could put those up, absolutely no risk. And we see premiumization really taking over this print-on-demand industry to really give customers the apparel that they're going to want to wear. Things like the premium outerwear, right? Or quarter zips that traditionally decorators want to shy away from, or maybe even some decorators that you might work with if you're a distributor turn down, because if you ruin one of them, it essentially eats all of that profit that they have generated in that profit or product. So really truly allowing you to give customers premium items that feel like this elevated experience and avoid all of the promotional swag that ends up just making its way to a landfill. Give your customers exactly what they want and the stuff they're going to love to wear. I love that. Love that.
I know. Absolutely. All right. Well, I'm going to switch us over into the application. So hopefully you can see my screen. But I wanted to give you a visual because I know we talked a lot and we talked about some of the benefits and all of the great things of Fulfill Engine, but let's show you what it actually looks like now. So I am in our pop-up store platform. This is the back end. So the experience is really not much different from if I were building just a regular pop-up store that's not print on demand. So if you are familiar with the OMG platform, there is little to no learning curve here. So I'm just going to go to my products tab. I'm editing a store that I've already created. I've already kind of added some products and set up my settings and did some minimal branding just for the sake of timing today. So I kind of have a good foundation to work with here. But I'm going to go to my products tab and then I'm going to import my product. I'm going to select Fulfill Engine from the options list. And then from there, it's going to give me all of the available decoration methods that I have available to me today. So we have a lot of resources, and I know Fulfill Engine's Help Center also has a lot of information on the different decoration types and what each is best for and kind of what they mean and what they entail. So if you do need more kind of knowledge or context on which one to select, I highly recommend going to the Help Center to kind of learn more. But for today's example, I'm just going to select Direct to Garment. And then I'm going to see the product catalog. So this is where all of those products and all of those great suppliers that Dave kind of walked us through are going to populate here. As far as searching and discovering products, I can search for a specific product here in the little search bar here. I could search by SKU if I wanted to. But if I'm in a browsing mood, I can go over to the left-hand side and just kind of go through these different categories and subcategories to find the item that I want to sell on my store. The other thing I'd like to call out here, so under each product, there is a cost. So this cost is inclusive of the actual blank garment costs, as well as the decoration for a single location of artwork. So we'll break that down here in just a second, but I wanted to let you know what that price entails. But again, that is a singular decoration area within the garment, and then also the blank garment costs. All right, so I am a Bellin Canvas girl, so I'm going to select my Bellin Canvas tee, and that's going to bring us to the artwork editor. So you can either build a new design, which I'm going to do just for fun today. But then the other option that you saw there, and we'll go back here in just a second, is that there's also artwork that you may have used and saved in the past. And that's a super convenient way just to build stores quicker. So if you know that you're going to have a design that you're going to be using again on a similar store, that artwork is set and ready to go. It's already resized to the perfect size, and everything is exactly how you had it before when you used it. So that just really helps make the store building process a lot more efficient. So I'm going to add my logo here. And then the other kind of lifesaver here is, let's go back to when it was larger. So over here on the left-hand side, you'll notice that it says it is an average image quality and then gives you the DPI number. I don't want it to be average, I want it to be great. So I'm going to resize that, and now that I have resized it to be a little bit smaller, I now know that this is a great image quality to be printed and decorated. So I can feel confident that I'm not submitting something or moving on with a file that is going to be less than satisfactory, which is very helpful, very user-friendly experience. The other thing I wanted to call out here is, again, that price per item. So that was for a singular logo on the front, but let's say I wanted to add the same logo on the left sleeve. I'm going to add that logo, and then as you can see, that price per item went up because it is including that second placement of that second artwork file. So just something to be mindful of, but again, super intuitive and very user-friendly. And then next, I want to select my colors. So this might upset some people, but I'm going to go LSU purple and LSU gold because go Tigers. So I have my colors selected there. And then the other beautiful thing is, again, hopping over to this left-hand menu is inventory. So here it's going to pull through live inventory for the different suppliers and the different variants, so by color and by size. So you can make sure that you feel confident when you're adding products to your stores that it is in fact in stock and ready to be sold on your storefront.
Yep. And one thing, if you go back to colors too, you could see that there may be some that are going to be running low on stock, and it'll actually warn you in that colors page here, just right there. Yeah, vintage denim has that little warning symbol, which is alerting you that there is low stock in one or multiple sizes of that colorway. So if you were between a couple garments and yeah, your customer wanted that vintage denim, it might be wise to either select a different item or at least communicate and set those expectations that colorway might not be readily available. And of course, we want things to be available in the store. We don't want to deal with the hassle of back orders, but we want to meet our customers' needs there. So that's just one other little thing in there that's really going to help out.
Yep, super helpful. And then while inventory is also available here, once you actually place the product on your storefront, OrderMyGear offers supplier inventory management as a feature, so you can easily go in and set different thresholds for those products. So if that threshold dips below whatever you have it set to, it will disable that product from being sold on the storefront. So just another great kind of fail-safe and inventory tool that you could have in place on your store. Cool, so we chatted inventory. So I have my product ready to go. I have my LSU purple and gold, and I am going to hit save. So that's gonna go ahead and save my design. And then once that's saved, I'm gonna give it a nice little name. We're just gonna go OMG shirt for today. And then I'm going to hit create. So that's going to import my product. So it is communicating the OMG store with the Fulfill Engine platform. And then it is easily just going to import that product into my product listing here on the left-hand side. And then I'm going to add that to my storefront. So the beauty of this integration is that you're not toggling in between apps. You're not in Fulfill Engine and then in OrderMyGear and back and forth. It's all done right here within the OMG interface. So it makes it super convenient and super easy to add products. So I see my shirt here. I'm going to give it a category so it's not just floating on my storefront. So I'm going to add that to apparel. And then everything that you would expect detail-wise is going to be pulled over from Fulfill Engine. So as you can see here, I have my product description already pre-populated. Things like sizing charts are already going to be pulled through. And then I would say maybe one of the most important things is that cost of goods. So that number that we were looking at earlier for that blank garment cost. And I added 2 different placements for my artwork. So that is reflective of that total cost. But what I'm going to do here is set my margins. So let's say I want to sell this for $20 on my storefront. So I'm going to go ahead and update my base price there, and I'm going to save changes. And that will be the number that is reflected on my storefront. Oh. And let me share the storefront, which did not automatically share for whatever reason. Huzzah. Okay, cool. So this is what, if I am a shopper or a consumer on the OMG storefront, this is the experience that I'm going to see. So as you can see, I did some minimal branding. I added my logo, my banners, my store name. And then these are my different categories that I had created. So boom, there is our purple and gold shirt options that we created. And then again, that $20 base cost that we're going to sell the product for. And the actual experience for selecting and checking out is no different than your typical experience. So no one knows the wiser. I'm just going to select what I need, and then I would just continue with that checkout flow and complete my shipping details and my payment method, and then I would place my order, and it would be routed directly into the Fulfill Engine Decorator network to be decorated and fulfilled on demand, which is incredible. One other thing just to note here, and I would say maybe the only difference between a non-Fulfill Engine store and a Fulfill Engine store are going to be these little quick to ship purple tags, which are great because in my opinion, they kind of remind me of like an Amazon Prime tag. So I kind of gravitate towards those products because I know that I'm going to get them quickly and efficiently. So all print on demand products will have those little tags associated with them just so clients or consumers know that, hey, I'm going to get this product and I'm going to get it pretty quick. So that is the storefront. And then I'm going to switch back here just for a moment to show you one more thing. I don't know why it's making me hop around so much, but we're here for it. Keeps things exciting. Awesome. Okay, so we kind of did the adding product to store, but I also just wanted to quickly show you an example of how you can manage orders and their status within the application. So to give you real-time tracking and a real-time visibility into where the order is with that decorator within the Fulfill Engine network, you would just gravitate towards or gravitate to the manage orders section within the app. And then you're going to have 3 statuses. So you're going to have new when that order is placed. And then once it is in production, it will go into processing. And then when it is done being decorated and is fully processed, it will turn to shipped. And that will let you know that that item is on its way to the consumer. So super easy, a lot of visibility here, again, like within the application where you can keep track of orders. Dave, anything else on the order tracking side that you want to share for Fulfill Engine?
I think that's it. You covered so much. Um, yeah, as you go through and just add those products, they come right into the system right here. You see that pricing. You're able to set your margins so that you could ensure that you are profiting, right? So I know that's a big portion of running a business is making sure you're getting that revenue coming in for you, and you have your margin on it too. So you could go in and edit any of your descriptions here if you wanted to customize them. But like you saw, it did pull in with the proper fabric weight here and garment makeup for that 4.3 ounce Bella Canvas 3001 that we all love.
I'm a big fan. I have way too many in my closet. The last thing I did want to point out just while I'm here is something we strongly encourage our clients to do is enable this status tracker here. This is the consumer status tracker. So they'll receive a copy of that tracking link in their receipt email, and that's going to give them real-time visibility into the status of their order. So just as we saw in the Manage Orders tab, we knew exactly if our order had been processed or shipped. Consumers can actually have that real-time visibility into their order status as well for print on demand. And again, all of this is completely automated through that Decorator within the Decorator network. So very hands off for you. All you need to do is make sure that it is enabled and ready to go. And you should be providing a very seamless client experience there.
Yep, all the routing, all the sourcing completely handled for you.
Absolutely. All right, I am going to reshare again, back on my sharing spree. Cool. Okay, so that was a demo. Again, if there's anything that we didn't look at today, or if you have any questions, we're happy to do one-on-one demos, or we have a ton of resources available to you, so don't fret. We can definitely cover things more in depth at a later date. But how to get started. So very quick and easy. If you are an existing OMG client, you're just going to simply go to the integrations page within the OMG app. And then from there, you would just kind of kick off that onboarding process. So you're going to hit connect. I don't have it pulled up, but it's very easy. You're just going to hit connect. You're going to fill out a simple form, and then you'll just kind of follow the onboarding prompts. And it typically takes about 1 business day from when you request to set up the integration to completion. So it is a very quick turnaround if you're ready to go. And then if you are not an OMG client with us today, you'll just need to sign up because you do need to be an existing client to take advantage of the integration. So we're happy to chat with you one-on-one and kind of give you a more in-depth demo after today. And then once you're set up and ready to go, there's nothing stopping you. You can start adding those products to your stores and start selling like crazy. And then kind of as we wrap up here, again, I mentioned some of those helpful resources that we have available. There is a landing page where you can find the pricing is outlined there on the landing page for Fulfill Engine, and then also just a handful of resources that are great for you to leverage. I also encourage going to our website because we have a lot of tools and posts, like a blog post that kind of talks in depth about print on demand and the many benefits there. Our press release, of course, announcing the partnership. And then you can also find the webinar recording, which is super helpful if you need to go back and reference. And then, of course, follow us on social media if you're not already. So cool. It looks like we have a few minutes left, so we will take any questions that have come through. And again, if there's too many that came through and we run out of time, we will try our best to follow up after today. But Lucy, can you view some of the questions in the chat?
Yes, absolutely. We are getting close to time, but we can continue and go over time just a few minutes so we can cover some of these questions. But as a reminder to everybody, we're going to send you follow-up emails, and you'll have links to a lot of the resources that Lauren just mentioned. And if you have a question that is not answered in any of those areas, or we don't get to it today, then we'll have somebody follow up with you later, either tomorrow or next week. So let's go ahead and get started. We have quite a few questions flowing in about the pricing. So if you guys could talk about the pricing and how much this costs, that would be great.
Yes, the $1 million question. No, great question. So we, again, back to that landing page. If you're a visual person, we have it outlined on that Fulfill Engine landing page, and then also in our help center if you are an existing client. But in a nutshell, it's free of charge to sign up to actually use the integration. And then from there, you have on the OMG side, our pricing does not change from what you pay today for our pop-up and redemption store solutions. So the OMG pricing is straightforward in what you see and what you use today. On the Fulfill Engine side, you're going to be charged, like we saw in the application, you'll be charged for that blank garment cost and then also any decoration costs, which kind of vary by decoration method. That's also going to, you also have a small software fee per unit that's included, or not included, that's in addition, and then shipping as well, which is calculated based on weight and the distance of the order. So again, all of that is recapped in some of our resources. So if you need to kind of see that outline, that might give you a better idea. But those are kind of the two sides to the pricing for Fulfill Engine.
Okay, thank you. And then what are some best practices for shipping?
Yes, also a great question. So once you do have the integration set up, you will definitely want to set up a shipping method in the OMG app just to capture customer addresses and then also any shipping costs. There's really no one size fits all for shipping. We've seen average shipping costs for the program just under $10. So we've kind of suggested a flat rate of about $12 should be enough to cover most orders and kind of give you enough cushion. But again, every business is very different, so you'll just want to kind of do your research and figure out what makes the most sense for you and your business. But that's kind of what we've seen from folks that have been using the integration and testing it out. That's kind of where they're falling today for shipping.
Yep. And the system will intelligently route them. Number one, to ship together, right? So if it's a couple pieces, they're all going to go to the same location to be decorated. So you're not going to have a ton of these split shipments coming in. Your customer will receive the order all in one package, and likely it will be decorated from the facility that is closest physically to that end shipping address to, again, minimize that total shipping cost and allow you to cover it all with, yeah, likely that $12 on that flat rate that Lauren mentioned.
Yep. And then also just completely white labeled as well. So the package that the end consumer receives is not going to have a giant Fulfill Engine logo. It's not going to have a giant OrderMyGear logo. It's completely white labeled. So you won't have to worry about any of that.
Okay. So who handles replacements or customer service requests? Is that OMG or Fulfill Engine?
Dave, you want to talk through that one?
Yeah, so Fulfill Engine is always able to help you out, as well as OrderMyGear. So we're both here to ensure your success. For replacement requests, if they do arise, again, we do maintain that 0.5% replacement rate. And if any decorator is exceeding that, the orders are not going to route to them. But what you could do is, of course, you can reach out to us, info@fulfillengine at any time, and we're happy to help you out. However, you could go into, as part of that account sign up, you'll have access to kind of the back end of Fulfill Engine where you would be able to find that specific order. And then it is pretty much one click to go to tasks and then order replacement. It has to be after the order is completed. If there's any issues within the process at the decorator will trigger the replacement, which is going to happen all automatically and you're never going to know. But if there is any reason that you do need to replace a garment, just go in there, you request a replacement. Our team reviews the replacement request and then is able to get that shipped out as quickly as possible as a replacement to your customer.
Okay, thank you. Will this be available on your company store solution?
Excellent question. It is not available yet. So today it is offered on pop-up stores and redemption stores. Conversations are definitely in the works for when we can have that up and running on our company store solution as well. I know that is a request that we're getting quite a bit lately. So conversations are being had, but we don't have any, I don't have a hard date to share at this time, but the conversations are taking place.
Okay, and then let's go ahead and cover one more since we are over time. But let's get to this last one here. How can I trust the quality of the products that is going to my customers?
Dave, I know you touched on this one already, so maybe you can reiterate some of those points.
Absolutely. Yeah, we ensure that, I mean, this doesn't work without trusting the quality. And I know that's a major hesitation for a lot of folks, especially when you're even just finding a new vendor, right? And you're never going to see it until your customer receives that item. I know for me as a decorator personally, that was one of the biggest kind of anxiety inducing moments throughout the process. But Fulfill Engine does that for you. So that's why we have this small, trusted network of 10 decorators across the United States. And as we see more that bring proficiency not only to the turn time, but the overall quality and any replacement rates that they may have as well. So we see that and we will take them off the network just to maintain the integrity of quality from wherever your customer is ordering from, whether they're on the East Coast, the West Coast, or right here in the middle of the United States, so that you could trust the quality, whether it be embroidery or the UV printing or laser engraving or direct to film or direct to garment. So all of these decoration methods from the highest quality producers that not only are going to meet that quality standard that we set for ourselves as decorators here at Fulfill Engine, but is going to meet or exceed what your customer expects while still arriving on time. Because when we talk about fulfillment on demand, customers expect that Amazon fast, right? So we try to get as close as possible to that while maintaining the integrity and quality of those finished products that are arriving to your customer. Because if you don't have confidence in selling, that could, that hurts your consumer confidence too. So we want you to be confident, and you could always order, your own products through the system to ensure that the quality is going to be great. But from everything I've heard from OrderMyGear coming through is that both the stores and the end customers are absolutely thrilled. And some of those case studies, just the sheer numbers that you showed, Lauren, are kind of impressive for just the short amount of time that Fulfill Engine has been producing this on-demand, automated, decoration and fulfillment solution for all of the stores that are on OrderMyGear.
Big time. Yeah, it has been super impactful in such a short time frame. So we're very excited for the rest of the year. Lucy, I know we're over, so I'll wrap us up here today, but thank you again for joining our webinar. That is a wrap. As Dave and I kind of mentioned, we couldn't be more excited and thrilled about the success that we've seen our clients see so far through print-on-demand stores, and just how it's making their lives visibly easier and also making it much more easy to sell more online and fulfill more orders. So packed with a ton of benefits there. We're excited to see that kind of list of benefits grow throughout the year. But be on the lookout for a follow-up email, and that's going to include a copy of today's recording if you missed it, and then a few other just kind of helpful resources that you can reference for more information on Fulfill Engine. So again, we're super excited. Thanks again for spending some time with us today, and have a great rest of your Tuesday. And thank you, Dave.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. And for everybody who joined us here, or if you're watching the replay, absolutely go out and crush it. We love seeing success. We love hearing about the challenges too, because we love helping you as a small business, as a passionate entrepreneur, just overcome them and crush your goals. We know everybody sets different goals and success looks different to everybody. So whatever it looks like for you, we are here to support it every single step along the way. Go out there, go get it, make that profit, make your customers happy, and do what you do best.
Love it. Awesome. All right. Thanks so much. Appreciate your time.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.